Hello and welcome to your cards for now. These are your cards for whatever moment you're listening to this. So, can we have some guidance, some heads up, some wisdom from tarot, some of tarot's wisdom, the wisdom of tarot, the fool's journey through the major arcana, the fool's journey through tarot. That's our life. We are the fool journeying through the spiritual lessons of life. Okay, I've got 5 cards out. Let's dive in. Happy families. Okay, this is a 10. There's a completion going on here. Cups are emotions. We understand the importance of emotions. We know that we create from the frequency of the emotions that are trapped inside our body, or not just trapped, but the emotions that we hold within the energy of our body. Of course, if it's the emotion of love and gratitude, and joy, these are not trapped. These are our true essence that we have allowed to shine, and that's what's happening. So yes, that's what I think this card is about. It's usually happy families, but we know that when we find that happiness and that joy within, then everything outside of us has to reflect it. So if there's one thing you want to do for your family, one thing you want to do for your tribe, for your community, or the collective, it is to tap into, and it's not about cultivating it. I used to use the word cultivating, I think, because that implies that you are, well, you're nurturing it, yes, but and honoring it, but it is our true essence. So it's about remembering our true essence, and we do that by seeing through, or seeing the fear and the emotions that are not part of our true essence. So that would be the fear, the anxiety. These are all messages. This fear and anxiety, these are just messages for us. It's our higher self talking to us, telling you that very often with anxiety and stuff, it's telling you that you're not doing what your soul wants you to be doing. So it's not about subduing the anxiety or the fear. It's not about, or it's not even about trying to release it. It's about listening to what it's saying to you, because it's telling you that something in your life wants to change. So yes, we can use emotional healing modalities, of course, to release trapped emotions. We can just meditate on them. We can feel them to heal them. There's a whole wealth. If you want to know more about how you can deal with all of that stuff, check out my Lessons in Awakening on my YouTube channel. But this card is Cups is following your heart. It's emotions, as I said. It's intuition, following your intuition, and spirituality, tapping into yourself, your spiritual self. What do I say when it's spiritual? A lot of people don't like the word spiritual. I'm not a big fan of it, because again, it's loaded, isn't it? It's absolutely laden with everybody's different definitions and meanings and everything else, because we put the entire meaning on our experiences and on our life, and we also put our own meaning on words. I mean, obviously there are some words that have a positive connotation and some words have a negative connotation, but some people actually hear the word love and contract, because either they've never felt it, or they don't think they're worthy of it, or so everybody views even words differently. So it is difficult sometimes to explain this stuff. But when I say spirituality, I mean understanding your multidimensional nature, and understanding that your human is, I was going to say just, but it's not a just, obviously. Your human is your physical mouthpiece for your soul's expression. I want to say it like that. Your human is your physical mouthpiece for your soul's expression. Albert Einstein said your human vessel is the instrument through which your soul plays its music. So however you view it, but understanding that your physical body is actually a biological representation of your your energy bodies, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, blah 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 blah, celestial, what have you, all the other astral bodies that we have. It's the physical representation of all of that. So understanding all of that. So yes, and it's a 10, it's a completion. It's like, if we don't understand our multidimensional nature now and the power of how we are creator beings. I mean, I'm usually and regularly saying that we're energy beings, which of course we are, but I find myself now wanting to say we are creator beings. You hear people saying, oh, I don't feel very creative, but you're creating your entire reality in every now moment. When we understand that we are actually creating the physical matter through our perception of the physical matter, then our life changes completely. I mean, one of the quotes, this is actually one of my own quotes. I'm quite excited about it because anyone that follows me knows that I'm always quoting other people. I love a book, I love a quote, but this one is mine. It came to me one morning in a moment of clarity and realization. So I want to share it with you. The observer's judgment of the observed is what defines it. Until we understand this quantum truth, we can't completely embody the level and understanding of how powerful we are as creator beings. We are literally creating our physical world, our immediate reality and collective. We're creating it through our judgment of what we're seeing, which is probably why Judgment is the penultimate major arcana card. I always look at it as life purpose and a spiritual calling, which it is, and spiritual awakenings, which it is. But Judgment, why the word judgment? I've always thought that releasing your judgments is it's one of the last, if not the last, spiritual lesson to learn. Before the world card, before enlightenment. But it's our judgment of, in fact, I'm going to put, I do a lot of the Byron Katie work, and anyone that's followed me knows that I do a lot of Byron Katie work. I will put a link in the description about that, but I'll also put a link in to my video on doing the turnaround on our judgments, because I'm taking the Byron Katie work where you're working with triggers, which of course, we've worked with before, understanding triggers, number 11 in the Lessons in Awakening, but then doing the judgment, doing the turnaround on our judgments takes it to this level as well. I'll put a link in the description to that. So this is a real eye-opener, because it is a happy families card, and there is a completion, but there's this whole thing of like, I'm not happy in my family, I'm the black sheep of my family, I'm judging my family, all of this. You are the creator of your family by literally choosing to see the divinity within everybody, choosing to not get triggered, choosing to work with your triggers, choosing to clear your own density, clear your own issues, whatever they may be. And if you don't know what your issues are, just go out into the public, go to your family, go look in your relationships and see what annoys you in the people around you. Look at the collective, what annoys you. Look at your partner, what annoys you. Look at your friends, what annoys you. Okay? And whatever is annoying you, that's what's in you that wants to be released. That's what's in you somehow, somewhere, on some scale, might be on a smaller scale, might be on a larger scale. It's all inner work. You resolve those issues within you, and you can resolve them just by observing them. But you resolve the issues within you, and you'll find your relationships will change. And this is why, everybody sees a different part of you. Everybody is going to see a different part of you because everybody is perceiving everybody else through their own judgments. Through their own judgments. So that's why, two people don't see, you might meet somebody, this person might like them, that person doesn't like them. and the person's like the same person, right? But it's because they're reflecting, everybody is reflecting back. So it depends where you are on your journey as to, or where other people are on their journey as to, what's being reflected back. Because of course, when you embody self-love, you embody the joy and the peace and the harmony that is your birthright, and you can see the divinity in yourself. That's your multidimensional nature, seeing the divinity, seeing the divine in you, seeing the divine in the cells of your body, seeing the divine within your heart. When you do that, then that is going to get reflected back to you, and you're going to see the divinity in other people, see the divinity in the world, see when people say, I lost faith in humanity because they saw so much trauma, and then they go, oh, that restored my faith in humanity, but you see an act of kindness. Well, the more you're kind to yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you're going to see acts of kindness and love in your reality. It's a quantum truth. We don't have to understand how it works. I mean, it's a vibrational frequency, a match. It's a vibrational match, of course. Like attracts like, and all these kind of, quantum truths that we hear, but we don't really understand. But it's the same with driving a car, as I often say. I'm not a car mechanic, but I can drive a car. So we might not be quantum physicists, but we need to learn how this energy body of ours operates in the universe. Get on to the next card, Deborah. Oh, wow. The Empress. Love it. They're face down. Anyone that's new, welcome. They're face down. I don't know what's coming up. But this is perfect because the Empress is a major arcana, and she is divine creation. She is divine feminine, but she is the creator. She's the pregnancy card. And we are giving birth to the new earth. We're giving birth to peace on earth. And we do it through understanding that we are the creator being. So she's saying what I've just said, which is why I love tarot so much, because I just talk and then the cards say what I've already said. So I don't really need the cards, right? I'm often getting told that, but I love the cards because they confirm, and they help me expand upon whatever I'm talking about. So this is perfect because she's powerful, because she's a major arcana, and she is divine feminine, and she is the creator. Look, there you've got Venus. That's love. Okay. So it's a sign of love and romance and being in love with yourself, being in love with life. When you're in love with yourself, it's going to get reflected back to you. You're going to have the most loving life. One of the best affirmations, those of you that like affirmations, I love life and life loves me. Isn't that a beautiful one? I love life and life loves me. One more time, because 3 is a magic number. I love life and life loves me. Although some people would say you are life. You are. You are life. You're actually what's creating it all. Yeah, she just told me that because she's the creator. She's the sign of creativity, of course. I mean, the pregnancy card, the whole idea that the divine feminine and the divine masculine get together and create. The 1 + 1 = 3. It's all of that. So if it's not a human baby that you're creating, maybe it's a piece of music, piece of art. It could be a video that you're doing. It could be a card reading that you're doing. You could be physically building something, a sculpture or a model or something crafty. Crafty as in needle crafty, not crafty as in sly. But yeah, so creative, because our creations are so important. Why are our creations so important in life? They're important because we are also unique. So how we create things, I mean, we are creating our reality in every now moment, we know that, but how we create within that for joy, for fun. I'm having fun now. Right. So for joy, for fun, artists enjoy painting, musicians enjoy playing music, needle workers enjoy, my sister loves crocheting. She'll crochet everything, So we've got to find our creative outlet. It's our our soul's divine expression. We express ourselves through creativity. Now, whether you create something that you can sell and you make a living out of it, the universe doesn't know the difference between work and play. So it could be a hobby or it could be your business. It doesn't matter. If it is your hobby and you want it to be your business, then the chances are you will make a successful business out of it. But it's not about work or play. It's about your soul expressing itself through creative acts. And it could be walking in nature, getting a group of people together. It doesn't have to be anything big. You could be baking a cake. You could be creating a website. You could be creating a community. You could be creating anything. But she's reminding us that we express our souls best through creativity. Let's have a look at that. We've got another major arcana. We've got the Justice card. You reap what you sow. Fantastic. You reap what you sow. That's pretty much what I've just said as well, isn't it? You're going to receive whatever you put out, is basically it. Cause and effect. learn to love yourself and you will receive love. It's as simple as that. Learn to love yourself completely and you will find your divine partner. Although, having said that, when I say divine partner, even troubled, dysfunctional, even traumatic relationships are divine, because they are reflecting back to you the trauma and conflict that you have within you that is asking to be resolved. I've often talked about, now this is number 12 in the Lessons in Awakening, the path to forgiveness, when I was in a very dysfunctional relationship. And I realized I left it as an act of self-love, an initial act of self-love. And then I learned to love myself. And then I realized that he was just reflecting back to me my lack of self-love. So if you find yourself in, a traumatic, dysfunctional relationship, it could be that it's reflecting back to you your own lack of self-love. It's a mirror. So loving yourself, it was Anita Morjani that said, love yourself as if your life depends on it, because it does. Your life does depend on you loving yourself. Well, let's put it this way. The quality of your life depends on you loving yourself. So yes, we reap what we sow. This is beautiful. He's also a Libra card, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So we've got two Libras here, which are very peacekeeping energies, and love, of course, ruled by Venus, and very just. Of course, there is an element here about being moral, not necessarily legal. Not always the same thing, is it? Because obviously he is a legal card, but today's legal system might not always be moral. So I prefer the word moral. Following your moral compass. If it doesn't feel good to you inside, don't do it. Wow, we've got another major arcana. This is amazing. Oh, I've got truth bumps now. We've got 5 cards, and the 3 middle ones are major arcana. We've got the sun. The sun is the most positive card in the deck. The rays from the sun show spiritual guidance. Exactly. You've tapped into your spiritual nature. You've tapped into your multidimensional nature. You understand that your power lies in allowing your soul's desires to flow through you. Yes, the music playing through you. Definitely. The self-expression through creativity. Yes, through loving yourself. Rebirth. Your whole life's going to change. You're going to be reborn when you've loved yourself, when you put yourself first, not in a selfish way, but you're putting yourself first when you understand that everything outside of you is going to improve when you improve yourself. It's a bit like that. They say put the mask on in the aeroplane. If the oxygen goes, put the oxygen mask on before you help the children or before you help other people, so that you are coming from a place of power and coming from a place of strength, and then you can help more people. Whereas if you try and help, out of desperation, out of need, out of fear, if you're operating out of fear, then you're going to put it on your children first, right? And panic, and then you're going to panic them, right? Because you're panicking to get theirs on, and you can't breathe properly, right? So you're coming from a place of depletion. Well, you're catering to their basic needs, but they're going to be full of fear now, right? Or I've never really done this analogy like this, but I think it makes sense. Put your own on first. Make sure you've got oxygen in the cells of your own body. Make sure you've got strength in the cells of your own body. Make sure you've got everything you need, your life force. That's where you're most powerful. You can turn to the children, put theirs on with confidence and speed. Then they're okay. And you're doing it from a place of love. and power and strength, and that you're passing that on to them. And then you've got enough power and strength to help the other people in the aeroplane. Wow. I've never actually said it like that before. Oh, that's why I love doing these videos. That's the power of the light that you are. Horses are positive movement forward. The baby shows rebirth. This is how our life completely changes, and we can be completely reborn when we tap into our multi-dimensional nature. I can't speak now. I'm so excited. So this is perfect. This shows our power. Our power lies in our light. That's what we want to say with this card. It is the light that we are. We don't have to put it in. We don't have to go looking for it. It's there. We just need to close our eyes, focus on the heart, relax our body, take a breath, have a bit of solitude. Can you feel? Can you feel the love that you are? Can you feel it? I can feel it. Can you feel the love that you are, the light that you are? The sun is the light. Also, it's relevant because we're coming into summer. Well, we are in the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, we're going to enjoy this. We're coming up to, I mean, next month we've got the summer solstice, but you know, here in Europe, the evenings are lighter, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, shining rays of spiritual guidance and health and happiness and joy and all those beautiful things. And our last card is the Queen of Wands. These are your messages for now, whenever you need to hear them. Now she's got the sunflower of happiness. There are the sunflowers in the sun. There's the sunflowers. They are in tarot. They show happiness. So she's got her sunflower. So she's embodied the light. She's enlightened. Okay, she understands all of that. She's got her wand, because she's a bit of a witch. Tap into your witchiness. We've got to obviously reclaim the word witch. I've often said this. We know that the reason that the witch was given a negative connotation was because witches cannot be governed, they cannot be controlled, they are sovereign, and they are powerful because they look to nature for their lotions and potions and their healing. They use natural healing. And they're bold and they're courageous. Ones are fire, so they're passionate, and yeah, they can't be governed. I mean, they will listen to what you have to say, but don't be surprised if they don't follow. But witches are also humble and loving. I mean, they're beautiful creatures, and in a society that wants to control its citizens, yeah, those kind of governments don't like witches. So that's why we had witch hunts and things like that. And the word became a negative word. But of course, witches are just intuitive people that tap in to their multidimensional nature. I love the cards. Um, so yeah, be the Queen of Wands. She is courageous, she is bold, she's sovereign, but she does love, and she loves passionately. But she does it from a detached state. She's not entangled with the things in her reality. So she's not judging, or she's not judging what the negative things. She's observing them. There's a lesson here about being the observer of your life without judgment, seeing the two ends. When we understand the seven Hermetic principles, and I recommend that everybody study the seven Hermetic principles because they are the principles, the laws that govern the universe. When you understand how the universe is governed by frequency, you understand how to play the game. Lila is the name of the game, right? The game of life. How to play the game. If you want to play the game, you've got to learn the rules. Well, the rules are the seven Hermetic principles, and where you can see what the third of the seven, no, the fourth of the seven Hermetic principles is the principle of polarity, and you can see the things. I'm going to think of an example. I usually use the flat Earth and the globe as an example because those that believe it's flat are creating a flat Earth. in some dimension, and those that believe it's a globe are creating a globe in some dimension. So they're both right. You're always going to be right, because you're creating from your perception. You're creating from your perception. You're creating from your beliefs. And so you're always going to be right with these things. But and so people that are arguing, often you find two camps that are arguing, but they're actually opposite ends of the same string. It's the same string just being expressed in different ways. So the earth, for example, I mean, it's the same with temperature. If you look at temperature, you've got hot and cold. They're both temperatures. They both measure the heat or lack of heat. Okay, where does cold begin and warm, and where does cold end and warm begin? It's going to be different for everybody, isn't it? Because here in Spain, we can go, oh, fresco, it's a bit chilly. We might say in English, it's a bit chilly. But chilly in England is definitely colder than fresco in Spain. Do you know what I mean? And both of those temperatures in the north of Sweden in winter will both be considered warm, I'm sure. So it's all relative to your perception and your judgment. Does that make sense? So you've got hot and cold, but they're just two ends of the same string. And it's the same with everything in life. Play with this, right? It's the same with everything in life. When you see division and you have a look and you go, well, hang on a minute, they're just arguing over is actually the same thing. They're just at opposite ends of the same string. This is polarity. This is the fourth of the seven Hermetic Principles, the principle of polarity. I won't go into that more now. I have got a video in my self-mastery with Liz Nagel section. Liz and I discussed the seven Hermetic Principles. The seven Hermetic Principles are so deep. I'm not claiming to be an expert on them. I'm not even claiming to know them, because how you perceive the seven Hermetic Principles depends on what dimension you're referring to. So Liz and I have a little discussion about how we see it playing out in the physical realm. But if you want to know more, there is a book called the Kybalion, Kybalian or ON. It's on YouTube, and it's an audiobook, and it's free to access from YouTube. It was written in 1908, I think, by the three initiates. I'll put a link in the description. It's best to listen to it like as background, kind of in the beginning, rather than try and catch every word, because it's obviously very high frequency, information coming in. But you'll catch the bits that you need to catch. You have to trust that you're the creator of your own reality. And if you resonate with my words now and you click the link to the Kybalion, then obviously you're meant to listen to it. And there's obviously a message in there for you, and the message that is for you won't go by you. So you can you'll know that whichever bits you pick out, because it's not the kind of book that you're going to listen to once and understand all of it. Well, if it is, then well done to you. But you are the creator of your own reality. Whatever you resonate with is your higher self telling you to go and check it out, because there's a message for you there. And hopefully there's been a message for you in this video somewhere. So thank you for staying to the end of the video. I am sending you all so much love and blessings at this time. Bye for now.